And I see everyone's ready to present again. All your smiling faces ready to go. Awesome. And and how long do we have? Right at an hour with you again?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, I should magically appear in just a second. Hey, you guys, this is what I look like. All right, my name is Ranger Lisa.
And hi, I'm Ranger Kate.
And we are so excited to be with you in your classroom today to talk about Grand Canyon geology. So I'm going to let Kate kick us off. She is going to talk a little bit about the National Park Service and about where we're at today. So I'll see you in a minute.
Let's take a look at what it's like to drive up to the South Rim. Here we are driving through these beautiful ponderosa pine forests. And imagine that moment when you step out to a viewpoint and the ground drops beneath you. And all of a sudden you can see these beautiful rock layers stacked, almost like a staircase, with different colors and textures beautifully painted across the landscape. 5 million visitors a year come to Grand Canyon from all over the world. Some go on a rafting trip on the Colorado River, some ride a mule down to the bottom of the canyon, and many come and hike and enjoy the beautiful sights. These people are only seeing a tiny piece of Grand Canyon. On average, the canyon is 1 mile deep, 10 miles wide, and you cannot visit a viewpoint in our park to see the entire Grand Canyon. You would have to be an astronaut in outer space to trace out the 277 miles of Grand Canyon, from where it starts at Lee's Ferry near Utah and carves its way through the river channel down to an area near Las Vegas, Nevada. Wow. So pretty awesome view. You can get on Google Earth tonight and show it to your friends and family. Well, then it comes back to that question. How did this landscape get traced onto our planet? And we have to look at a little bit of Earth history. I have another question. As these are being deposited, where do you think the oldest rock layers are at Grand Canyon? So show me with your thumbs, the top or the bottom. It looks like I'm getting a consensus mostly for the bottom, and that's where we're going to start today. I know that you guys have worked really hard researching these rock layers and have developed some excellent presentations. So I'm going to have you come up and we are going to build Grand Canyon together. I want you to give the name of your rock layer, what family of rocks it's in, what it looks like, and if it's fossiliferous, if you find signs of ancient life within these rocks. So if you want to experience a rock that is almost half the age of our planet, 1.8 billion or 1,800 million years old, you would have to go to the bottom of Grand Canyon. You can do it on a raft or you can hike down. And when you touch one of those rocks, it's really an amazing experience to think about this ancient landscape. I like to picture the volcanic islands in Hawaii and then the continent kind of slamming into that. And then underground, the magma flowing and freezing, giving us these beautiful pink lines that swirl through that intensely black schist. Let's take a look at these rocks. Ranger Lisa is going to show us our metamorphic schist. And you can see how those compressed ancient mountain volcanoes, how that rock kind of glitters. And then on the left we have the granite with a large crystalline structure. The huge size of those crystals indicates this rock formed pretty slowly. Well, these are the metamorphic and igneous rocks at the bottom, kind of our basement at Grand Canyon. After that, we have sedimentary layers, which tell a lot of stories. One of you mentioned rainfall. And you don't think of Grand Canyon as getting a lot of rainfall because we are an arid environment. But in the summer, we have our monsoon season. And in July, August, we get an immense amount of rainfall. And the ground is so compact and hardened by the sun that a lot of times the rain doesn't permeate through the soil, but it flashes across. That's why we have a lot of flash floods like the one behind me. And you can see how much sediment this water is picking up. It almost looks like a strawberry milkshake by the time it reaches the clear waters of the Colorado River. So this is a fantastic story. Erosion you can come and see right now. The chapter is still continuing, and the rocks at Grand Canyon are being deposited all the way at the Gulf of California, so kind of in your backyards. Well, if you want to share that story with your family or your friends, I have one rockin' word that will help you to do that. Ranger Lisa is going to come teach it to us.
All right, you guys, when I put this word up, I want to hear it. You ready? Dude. All right, you remember our 4 chapters, right? This can help us remember the 4 chapters of the formation of the Grand Canyon. So what was the first chapter? What happened first? Deposition. Very nice. And then what happened? Uplift. And then? Down cutting. And then lastly, the chapter that's still going on today? Very nice. So we have deposition, uplift, down cutting, and erosion, or what's our word? Dude. Awesome. All right, I have a real quick video that's going to show you this 1.8 billion year story really fast. So first we have the rocks that are getting deposited, and then we have our uplift occurring, and then the river cuts through it, and then finally the erosion that is still occurring today and widening our canyon. All right. Well, you guys, thank you so much for inviting Ranger Kate and I out today to your classroom. We hope that you enjoyed it as much as we did. And I know some of you have already gotten to come and visit the Grand Canyon, and we hope that the rest of you get a chance. But whether you do or you don't, we do want you to we do want you to learn one more story, and that's the story of the geology right there in California. Your state has a story right there in your own backyard, and I bet it's a pretty cool one. So see what you can get out there and learn, okay? All right, we do have a couple more minutes if you guys do, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask us. It doesn't just have to be about geology. It can be about anything about the Grand Canyon or what it's like to be rangers or anything that you want. Anybody have any questions for us?
What made you want to become rangers to the Grand Canyon?
That is a great question. All right, I wanted to become a ranger starting from when I was really little. My family always went camping out at Rocky Mountain National Park. And I grew up in Kansas, and we'd drive out to Colorado to go camping in the Rocky Mountains there. And we'd always go to the nature hikes and the evening programs that the Rangers were doing. And so when I was 3 years old, I actually went up to my mom and I said, "Mom, I'm going to do that when I grow up. I'm going to be a Ranger." And so I've wanted to do it for a long time, ever since we started taking those trips when I was little.
What's your favorite thing about the Grand Canyon?
Ooh, that's a tough question. There's so many amazing things about the Grand Canyon. One thing I love is hiking down every weekend. I like going on a different trail. And it's not just the hiking, but the different experiences that the hiking affords. Because when you hike down, you are going through several different ecosystems. So you get a chance to see a lot of different wildlife. That is really cool. And then also getting a close look at the rocks. I found lots of fossils, thinking about those ancient environments.
All right, you guys. Again, thanks so much for letting us come into your classroom today. And hopefully we'll get to see you down here at the Grand Canyon someday. So thanks, you guys.